Hello, everyone. If you are hearing Bible verses playing in the background, it's because as I was about to make this video, I started getting attacks from the enemy. So I played the Bible verses, and my heart stopped racing. My heart was racing. I was feeling a sudden rush of fear and anxiety. So this video, I'm going to title it My Testimony. So I wrote 13 things. I have more things to say, but today I'm just gonna start with these 13 things. So I'm gonna try to make this video about 10 minutes or 11 minutes. I don't want it to be too long because I don't want people to say that this video is too long and to decide to just skip it and watch another video. I do think this is important. So I'm gonna start with when I was a kid. I was raised in a Christian family. We read the Bible, we prayed at night, we had the prayer devotion to God every day. And then but I was never truly deep into Christianity. I wasn't very spiritual. I wasn't very religious, but my parents were. My father is a pastor. So my dad became a pastor so he used to work at this place, and then everyone who worked there had some kind of bad luck. And this is in a different country before I came here to America. Everyone who worked at that place either got ill or something bad happened. And then my dad, when he took that position, he started getting sick. And he was really sick. He almost died. So he decided to go to his cousin, who is a Christian. And she took him to church, and people prayed for him, and he got better. And then he decided to be a pastor from that day on until today. He quit his job. It was a good job, but he quit, and then he decided to give his life to the Lord Jesus Christ. So it seems as though witches were cursing that position because a lot of people wanted that position that my father was in, because it was a well-paying job. And the 3 people who came after my dad to take that job are dead right now. And they keep on dying or getting very sick. One was found staring at the sun. And that's all he did for 3 days, and then he died. Okay, so when I was 16, I had a dream. In my dream, I was filled with so much fear, and I didn't understand why, because I didn't see anything scary. And then my room had like a reddish hue. Yeah, it was definitely red. And then this woman appeared, and she told me that I would die in 3 years. And then later on that year, I started getting really sick. I was bleeding a lot. I bled continuously for 4 months, almost 4 months. And I went to the hospital and they told me that if I continued bleeding for just one more day, I would die. So God saved me. And I've had multiple near-death experiences. And then I started bleeding a lot again after like 3 or 4 years. And then one night I decided to listen to ASMR videos, but it was Bible verses. ASMR Bible verses. Someone was reading Bible verses. And then as I was listening to the Bible verses, I woke up and the bleeding had stopped completely by itself. So I actually had become an atheist for about 3 years, and then my life started going downhill. And by the time that I decided to come back to God, I was so messed up. I couldn't hold down a job for more than a few days. I was so messed up. I had so much anxiety. I couldn't even look at people in the eyes. I had breathing problems. I had high blood pressure. Some of my hair was turning gray at 22, which is how old I am right now, 22. It was really, really bad. And then my dad was actually fasting and praying at that time. And then he prayed for me, him and my mom. And then my mom called a prayer group and they prayed for me. And Jesus saved me. And I'm actually shocked right now because when I left, I was so skeptical about the things of God. It was a stronghold. But then Jesus freed me because of the prayers that my dad and my mom and the people in the prayer group were doing for me. And I've had prophetic dreams. I actually I Googled signs that someone is a prophet, and I saw signs. One sign said, be aware of Jezebel and familiar spirits. Spirits of Jezebel and familiar spirits. And then my mom gave me a number of a pastor so that he can pray for me because I wasn't feeling well at that time. And when he prayed for me, he actually said he wants to pray on the phone. He said he wants to pray for me against spirits of Jezebel and familiar spirits. Familiar spirits are spirits that you've been struggling with all your life. It could be addictions. It could be, for me, it's slothfulness. It could be, it's like a stronghold, a spirit that's been following you all your life. Anyway, so right now, I believe in Jesus wholeheartedly. There is no doubt in my mind that God is not real. He has shown me so many signs. There is no way that it's a coincidence. Jesus is the Prince of Peace. And Jesus led me to, I actually had a bunch of Christian songs that were somewhere in my phone, and then when I came back to God, Jesus led me there because I prayed to God and I asked him to lead me to Christian songs. I saw the songs, and then on the same day I opened the Bible and I was led to a chapter saying that God will surround you with songs of deliverance. It was in Psalms. I'm not sure which chapter. I forgot, but I wrote it down somewhere. Today I got news that the witch that was calling my mom on the phone and telling her, there's this woman who she's in another country. She kept calling my mom and asking about me. And today we found out that she died. She started vomiting, and she was she had diarrhea, and it was just really gross, and she just fell down and died. And I'm pretty sure it's because of how I've been seeking God lately. Fasting, praying, praising God, worshiping, going to church every Sunday, meeting the people of God, having fellowships, and just really seeking God. God speaks to me in different ways. And I feel like if I tell people who are not Christians, I feel like I'm pretty sure they won't believe me, because these are things that you need to have spiritual eyes and God's grace to see these things. It's amazing. I'll probably make another video explaining more of the things that have been happening to me. Bye.